what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a data frame. I'm going to work with data frames just to make my life easy. I'm going to create one big data frame. All right, there you go. Data frame command. I'm going to pass in the tick vector, so that'll become my tick column. I'm going to pass in my s underscore v column, and that'll become my second column. And here I'm going to do signal equals sv, or I believe December 2016. I believe this was supposed to be the name of the column. So let's just use the what we specified for the lab. So when I do something like this, December 2016 equals SV, my second column will still be with whatever the vector is, s underscore v, but the name of the column will now be December 2016. Okay, now my third column, I set to name it YTD. Again, shout out to Bender. This is actually this time frame from beginning of 2017 to February 5th, 2018. That is not year to date. I should probably chose a different name, but I just chose YTD for lack of a better idea of a name. So again, YTD will be the name of the column. The values will come from B underscore V. Had I not done that, like in here in tick, tick would have become B, would become the values. It would become the name of the column and the values. So here, let's just keep this same. I think we want to keep this all caps. So I do tick equals tick. So the values will come from this vector, and the name of the column will be tick. Let me run this. And now you can do run ahead on df. And as you can see, the first 5 rows is very nice. What we need to do now is we need to order this data frame according to December 2016. How do we order? Again, very simple. Call the df command, call the order function, and now I want to call order function on which column that I want to order it by. I want to order it by December 2016 column. After that, put a comma. We need a comma there because after the comma, we want to specify which columns we want to show. Okay? In this case, we want to show all the columns. We want all the columns to go into df2. So for that reason, we just leave it blank. If I just wanted one column or a couple of columns, I would specify that after the comma. But in this case, I want all the columns, so I'm going to leave it blank. I'm going to run this, line 36. And now, if you run all of df2 below, let's take a look at it. You can see that it is now ranked all my values, right? All my values. And as you can see, it ranked it in increasing order, which is fine. Increasing order. What's essentially going to happen is the first 5 rows will be my portfolio 2, and my last 5 rows will be portfolio 1. Now, we have a situation where YTD is actually, for HMI, is actually NA. So let me go back and check my B underscore V vector and see if there's any NA, and rightly so there is. Now, I believe when you guys did the lab, there was data. For some reason, there's no data for HMI. This could be because there's something going up with HMI. HMI probably, the data's pulled, or there wasn't enough data, or whatever. So what we could do is we could just ignore that. We could just ignore that because I'm not going to have year-to-date returns for my HMI. So what I want to do is I want to take the lowest 5, right? I can't take NA because NA seems to be, for whatever reason, there's inconsistent data, and this is a situation we just tend to have with QuantMod. But it's okay. We will adapt, and I will start from XPLR and go down to create my portfolio for 2. All right. And this is how I'm going to do it. We actually know, I've told you guys this before, get comfortable with slicing the data, and then R won't be so complicated, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create those different other portfolios, but what I can do is I can simply, I can do my math in this data frame, or I can create a whole new data frame where I'm going to have my 2 portfolios. So let's just go ahead, just for simplicity's sake, create another data frame that's just going to have the lowest 5 and the top 5, right? And just for the sakes of portfolio 1 and portfolio 2, let's make the first 5 tickers, the portfolio 1 stocks, and let's make the second 5 tickers the portfolio 2 stocks. How do we do this? You guys know this. We use the head and tail. We can use the head and tail command. There's multiple ways to do it. A simple way to do it is use the head and tail command. So I'm going to use the C function. Right, well, actually not the C function. I'm going to use the rbind function. You see, when you are combining rows of a data frame, you need to use the rbind command. And that allows you to basically concatenate in the context of rows, different subsections of a different table. All right, so that's why I'm using the rbind command here. So here, I first want my portfolio 1s, which are essentially going to be the last 5 in the data frame. How do I get the last 5 in the data frame df2? I use the tail command. Tail, df2, 5. And if I run that command right here, just the tail df2 comma 5, it gives you the last 5 stocks in the data frame 2, right? Which is essentially going to be the stocks that had the highest intra-month returns for December 2016. That's our portfolio 1, right? We're going to combine this again, when you call the tail command, that becomes a subset of the data frame. Just like when we use a subset function, tail and head creates a subset of data frames. So we're going to combine this small data frame with the data frame of the top 5, excluding HMI. How do I do that? Very simply, I can just do, I can call, if I do it right here, let me show you. I can call head df2 5, and to exclude the top 1, we can do head. Let's see if we can do, allow us to do that. So what we can do is we can take the this is gonna get a little messy. So what we'll do is let's do that top part out here. So let's first get df2 g2, right? Let's say df2 top 6 rows, which will become head df2 6. So what I do is I'm gonna, in df2 top 6, I create a 6-row data frame, right? I want the top 5, but I'll create a 6-row data frame, and now to get these 5 right here, I'm gonna call tail on the last 5 of that data frame. So here, what I'll now do is low 5. I will now call tail on that table. And I'm sorry for this getting a little complicated, but we just had to do that to exclude the top 1, HMI. And so now I'm just going to call tail 5 on this data frame right here, which is going to give me these 5 right here, right? And these 5 will become my group 2. And again, we need to do this because here HMI has an NA, so we want to just exclude this, right? So here in line 38 now, if you run line 38, df2 low 5 now has essentially the 5 stocks with the lowest intra-month December 2016 return for every ticker we have data for. Again, HMI has been excluded. All right, and so now if we go back to line 39, we simply are going to combine in rbind. We're going to combine again the tail of df2 comma 5. We already talked about that with this part right here. I just simply paste that in, run that, and now in df3, you guys are going to see, boom, we have 10 rows, the first 5 being our group 1, the last 5 being our group 2, right? Now, Here,